case of...
That's why I have pants on.
Right.
That's all right. So
Yeah.
that we sort of capture as much of this.
So let's see. Right, hopefully this is the one.
That's better.
I can make this into
Yeah.
something, yeah.
It's also a nice colour, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And it's got more length.
Yeah, that's much better.
Right. Right. If you just hold the front, Franie. It's Franie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can use hairspray, you can use 4 fingers, and that's usually where the hairline starts. So I think really most of the work will come through there. Because I'd like to sort of see a little bit of skin, if you know what I mean, so it's not
Absolutely.
too heavy like that. Because that's just, that's the great thing about synthetic wigs. And when you're undergoing, it's much better to have synthetic.
It's amazing how much you're taking out.
My brother and my sister-in-law were the most devoted couple I've ever seen. It was a wonderful marriage that they had. And she still wanted to look attractive for my brother, and so I got her a wig and I customized it for her. And she looked in the mirror and she just burst out tears of joy. And, you know, penny dropped in my life, in my hairdressing life and my private life. And I realized that I'd done something that was very meaningful, because I'd given her the confidence and the femininity that she felt she had lost because of the cancer.
Really does.
Well, it's not, I mean, for a woman, it's everything. When a woman loses her hair, she may as well stand out in the street naked. That's how vulnerable she feels. And what I try to do is to do something that the surgeons cannot do, the nurses that administer the drug cannot do. And I believe it's called psychological medicine. And when I say that, what I think I do, or try to do, is to make that woman feel like a woman.
I think it's fantastic. I love it. Fabulous.
All right?
Yeah, thank you. When I looked at myself in the mirror when he'd finished cutting the wig, I felt like Franie again, because when I look in the mirror, even with makeup on, your head, with how little hair you have or no hair, screams cancer, and I find that hard to avoid. And when the wig's put on and it looks as great as this one, it pushes cancer back and you feel like you can, it's just not in the front of your mind the whole time.
Thank you all very much for coming. It's great to see you all. There are things that you can and can't say, like, for example, oh, I know how you must feel. It's like, no, you don't. Number 1 guy in Paris who came, and that stays like that. That's it.
The hairstylists are used to people talking to them on a social, interactional basis. They'll not have come across people who may become distressed while sitting in the salon chair. They'll not have come across people who are vulnerable, who need support, who need really someone who can listen to them, give them the time and the support they need at that time. This is a huge, huge experience for people who have encountered life-threatening illness, very aggressive treatment.
Got it? Right, there we go. Okay, you can let go. It
tightness, and was it comfortable?
Yeah, it was very good.
Sorry, can I just ask about the tools you're using? Do you have very specific tools you like people to use?
And it's incredible. You know, it's logical. You think real hair wig because you know you're trapping the heat in.
Or at the hairline, or where the part to leave the point reading, that's what it is.
No, it takes 3 hours to get to Durham, and for three hours she was on the telephone. These are clients that want.
Did you leave a certain amount of hair?
Any questions on this one before we go into the long one?
Learning how to deal with the client's feelings basically is the biggest deal, because I wouldn't have known how to do that before. I would have danced around the subject a little bit, but so learning how to deal with their sensitivities involved, and it's a delicate subject, and for most women the hair is their crown and glory.
We've all been touched by cancer in some respect, and it's nice to be able to do something rather than donate to a charity. Is actually get your hands on and do something constructive. Yeah.
Which part?
You know, the little...
Yeah, jumps out.
It's all right, isn't it?
You can't go back. No.
Yeah, that's fine.